Fiendin for the Funk, rare gangster rap out of LA. DJ Honda, featuring Grandmaster Melly Mel, Prince Whip or Whip, Saying Something. This is DJ Honda's first release, sealed copy here. F.M.I Network, 92 out of LA. Put one of the tracks from here called Welcome to the Neighborhood up on my channel already. Real nice up-tempo stuff. Rare. F.M.I and MC Doom, I Keep Flowing. I don't remember too much about this, but I know it was good when I previewed a couple sealed copies of this. We'll have clips up eventually. Nappy Crumb Snatchers, real Shaolin, more mid-90s indie stuff. And this group is from the Beat Swap Meet. Actually wasn't selling there this time due to kind of getting behind and setting up my inventory, and my dad is also out of town. He usually helps me out, but here's what I picked up there as a buyer at the Beat Swap Meet. A couple good deals on some jazz classics. Cannonball, Adderley, The Black Messiah. Miles Davis at Carnegie Hall, classic there. Miles Davis, E.S.P. also. Some classic jazz, of course. Collab series number 3. I've probably mentioned this in my past videos a couple times. This is a rare indie release out of LA. There's 5 in this series. Surprisingly, this is the only one I've come across probably like 5 times now. And so this is another copy I found. This one has the sticker here, which I haven't seen before. So this will probably be my keeper copy, and I'll sell off my extras. Munk with the Funk, I believe this is out of Philadelphia. Yeah. Nice one there. Cenobites LP, this is Godfather Don and Cool Keith. This is a repress, I think, not the original fonts on the labels, but this is just another one of the classic releases on Fondulum. An indie must-have, Cenobites LP. There's my copy, didn't have that yet. Brainsick Mob, Stick to the Plan. Gangstar affiliated group, as you can see there. $10 for that, pretty good. The A side on here is the highlight. I remember the B side was not that great, so that's a good find. Another indie one, Militant Mind State. Bottom Line, a couple other nice tracks on here. Sealed copy of this, $8, good find. Example, We Write the Songs, and that is. Example, I have talked about them in a previous video. Their release is called Impulses, is very sought after. This is one of their later releases. Haven't heard it because this copy is sealed. I didn't break the seal yet, but I imagine it's just as good. Example, group out of Texas. This is a real nice one, Makeba and Skratch. This copy is a little beat up, but this is another highly in demand 12-inch, I think, from the late 80s. Yeah, 1989. Track I Can't Stand It, but the one that most people want this for is called Ain't It Funky. Real nice up-tempo one. This copy is a little beat up, but this is very rare in itself. Got this for $2. Actually, $1.50, so can't pass that up. And then this is the one I splurged on at the Beat Swap Meet. Sort of a legendary album, real nice album by Mike James Kirkland. Hang on in there. The title track is the one that most people look for. Real nice samples on there. Just a real solid jazz release. This has been reissued, but this is an original copy. A little bit scratched, but it plays all the way through. I got that for $50, which was used up the rest of my budget basically for the swap meet, so I had to leave after I picked this up. But glad to have an OG copy of that finally in my collection. Next one, Lost Records, NoDoz, Ready to Detonate EP. Shout out to Ivan who runs this label. Actually won this in a contest on their Facebook page. So he hooked me up with the more limited red vinyl pressing of this LP, EP I should say. Group out of Texas, NoDoz, unreleased stuff, nice. More Dope Folk stuff, Black AG, Fame Goes to Your Head, and Omniscence, Raw Factors Part 2. Thrust, Past, Present, Future, real solid EP out of Canada, I believe Toronto. Beats are real nice on here, nice jazzy stuff. And this is from this past weekend, the DIGS Hip Hop Orchestra. These guys are just a super unique group, and it is what it sounds like. It's a full orchestra that does renditions of hip hop songs. A lot of stuff by Gangstar. I think, yeah, this release has a Gangstar medley on it. Root Trilogy is The Roots, and a cover of Jazz Thing by Gangstar also. Real nice stuff. I would recommend getting their CD if you look into them. They have a Live in San Francisco 2 CD set. That's just real amazing stuff, real nice instrumentation and renditions of orchestral hip-hop music. It's really unique stuff. And I actually have seen this group live in person. I believe there's an old video on my channel. I saw them in downtown LA and they were great. So DIGS Hip Hop Orchestra, got their 12-inch. This is one I don't know much about, but I previewed it and it sounded real nice. This is from the mid-2000s. Artist called Strike. But it has that nice vintage sound to it. Couldn't find much online about this. We'll get that up eventually on my channel. And a few more expensive purchases from Makeba, a group called Inside the Skull Crew. This is, I believe, some Latin rap. At least it sounded like it when I previewed it. Latin rap out of LA, got that. Alliance of Drop in Science by Jaheim Saddam. I think only one track from this 12 is online right now, called Lords of Orbit. And just hearing that as a preview, you know, when I was about to buy this, I knew this was going to be a dope one. This is from 1998. Real nice, smooth sound. I'll put the link to that song in the annotation so you can preview that. But the rest of the songs are very similar on here to that one, so how to get it. Another one, crossing up my want list, Amar Melody Mac, backed with Concrete Jungle. Got a pretty decent deal on this, 20 bucks. Usually goes for about 40 or more. Don't know much about Amar, the artist. This is a promo only release on Payday Records, and his only release, so not too much background on this guy and what he did, but both of these songs are real dope. Amar. eBay Steel right here, the Begas, Supernatural. I believe these guys are Wu-Tang affiliates, if I remember correctly. This is real nice raw sounding stuff. 97. Track highlight on here I believe is Near Future. That's my personal favorite. And here's another one. Good eBay steal. Collab Series number 4. Same as the Collab Series 3 that I mentioned earlier. This is the first one besides 3 that I have in my collection. Equally good. This is pretty full EP, lots of tracks on here. Underground Asiatics, this entire side is by them. Real nice stuff. Don't believe this is on the internet in any way, so hopefully we'll get some previews for that for you guys in the future. And last few, this is I just picked up this weekend also. Brotherhood from Another Hood. Strike Up the Band, The Beat Goes On. 1994 indie. Money Boss Players, Killed in the Crap Game. I don't think this 12 is too rare, but these guys have an LP that's very rare and sought after. So, sealed copy of their single from that. Nice find. This is what by Jerry Flynn. A track called Stickin' Hard D. D standing what you think it would stand for. On Tandem Records. I know the name Jerry Flynn because of a group called P19. Also on Tandem Records. Probably one of the best records on Tandem. nice funky early 90s up-tempo, and their CD features Jerry Flynn on it, so picked that up for that reason. Pretty good in itself. This is something I know zero about, no information online. Royal Jewels Limited, kind of gangster rap, but still sounds good. Yeah, nothing on this at all. Have that up later at some point. Another one, not on the internet yet. Bocce Records. I don't know who the artist is on here. There's just the tracks along with their producers. 1999 indie. This side also. Good stuff. Always love picking up stuff that is unknown, not on Discogs or the internet yet. B2B Big Shots. Another nice indie, late 90s indie, or 2000 actually. This was released. Production by Mark Sparks, pretty well-known indie figure. Original copy, nice clean sticker sleeve there. Bloods and Crips, Banging on Wax, pretty well-known yet rare group. This is more of like a novelty thing. I'm not going to pull this out because it would be a pain in the ass to do with the camera in my hand, but this is like a release with they like sent out this release to DJs with no indication of who the artist is, and they're like, guess this artist and we'll send you this Sony CD Walkman, and just kind of a weird thing. Not hip-hop, it was more like early house, I think, or electronic. Still sounding good. Count Bass D Sandwiches. This is not too rare, but this one is worth showing. I don't know if they did this on how many copies they did this on, but you can see that there's this is a blank side, but there's etchings of, you know, artwork, or artwork made of etchings. So that's real cool. I'm curious if they did this by hand on every one of these releases, because this is not a valuable release. This probably sells for a few bucks, you know, with the etchings on it, so it's kind of a curious release. Here's one that is unknown, undocumented, Low B. I've had enough. More dudes in front of their cars standing around. Pretty good. Leans more towards the West Coast sound, gangster rap, but still early 90s stuff was good. Presumably rare since it's not documented anywhere. All City Productions, Bust Your Rhymes, another funky up-tempo one, pretty rare. Nice clean copy of that. Found a few copies of this one. Soul Brothers. Yeah, Back to the Lifeline. Not a huge fan of this 12-inch, but still pretty rare. I got 3 copies of the same location, so probably will sell off a couple, make some of my money back on those. And closing out this month is a release by a group called Neighborhood Threat. Say What I Want to Say, 3-track single. As far as I know, this is a white label only release out of the UK. And I'm curious where these originated, because I know I have another white label out of the UK with what looks to be the same handwriting as this, but I got them in separate locations, so it's kind of curiosity there. But I believe it's 93 or 92 out of the UK. Good stuff, white label only release, very rare. Neighborhood Threat. Alright, so that's that for this month, wrapping up September. Like I said, this video is almost 30 minutes now, so I'll be splitting this video in 2. We'll have annotations up so you can hear some of these records that I talked about. And over the last few days, as I said before, I picked up a couple very rare 12-inch at a great price. One, it's been re-released on Dope Folks, if you want to take a guess at what it is. Yeah, I got that on Discogs. And again, the grail of Latin jazz, Afro-Cuban jazz. If any of you diggers want to take a guess at what I might have picked up, feel free to do that. Until next month, I'll show you those records for the next video. So yeah, till next month, thanks for watching as usual. Feel free to leave feedback. You know, I love reading you guys' comments. I like seeing people who respond to these videos. You know, I make these videos to connect with the community, so if I put you up on anything good, or you know, you're extra enthusiastic about one of these records I've talked about, let me know in the comments. I like reading them all. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next month. Peace.